Hi there, I'm here to show you how I have used Mule to help our campus streamline all of our tutorial process. On our campus, we use a process called hour block lunch, where students they have half of lunch and then the other half they're assigned whatever support they might need. So I'm going to go through a simplified version of that with you and let you guys know how this can help your campus as far as staying organized, as well as communicating effectively with students and parents. So the first thing you're going to want to do is to download the add-on. The add-on is a Google add-on for Google Sheets. So I've just created a sheet. You get add-on. You'll search for Formule, and it's this one right here. You'll download that, and you should be ready to go. The next thing that we have with our sheet is we have a list with student by last name, first name, ID, their email, their parent's email, and their second parent email. I just used my own email for our purposes so that students weren't getting erroneous emails throughout this tutorial. The next setup is just your column. So if you have advisory or lunch or tutoring Monday and Wednesday or Monday through Thursday, however it is, you would set that up in another column where they can explain. After that, I go ahead and make these drop down so it's nice and easy for the teachers. So I will just scroll down data validation, and instead of list from range, we'll do list items. So let's just say we want them for tutorials, maybe study hall, or detention. You can save that. Same for these ones. For our purposes, I'll just copy and paste them, make it a little bit quicker, fix my color there because that'll bother me. All right, so at this point, we have Joe student, Jane scholar, Bill estudiante, and Lauren learner. I normally hide these columns just to get them out of the way so they don't distract us, but you can just hide columns right here. And here, if we want to assign somebody something, we can say, let's say Joe student needs tutorials on Monday, and go to Mr. Keogh's class for math makeup, whatever it needs to be, right? Let's say we have detention for ID violation for Lauren there. The student has study hall in Mr. Smith's class. And then this student needs tutoring in Miss Johnson's class. And also, again, tutoring in Miss Johnson's class again that day. Okay, so now we're set up. We have our sheet, and we have this on our campus for 1,000 students. They just use Command F as a function, or Control F if you're not on a Mac, and then they type in the student's last name, pulls it right up so they can find it easily. Our next thing we would do is we would use our add-on, and we would launch Mule. At that point, our first thing we'll do is we'll select the sheet that we're drawing from. I usually label these by the date, but since there's only one, we're going to call it sheet 1. That's just from the bottom down here. I always use an hour time trigger, which basically means that every hour, based on the criteria that we specify, it is going to pull email. So we have 2 different days or 2 different emails. We're going to send a Monday and a Wednesday email. So I'm going to want to have 2 templates here. I'll have a Monday template and a Wednesday template. We'll have our rows that we're going to have for, it's going to check the Monday column. So anything that's in the Monday column, it's going to check. Anything in the Wednesday column for the Wednesday email, it's going to check. I use not null, which basically means if there's anything in that column at all, it'll send an email. If there's nothing there, it won't. So every time you use the drop down and you select something, that's going to trigger the email to be sent. And that email will be based on this form. And I've already filled out the form, so it's going to populate for me, but I'll show you guys what that looks like and how we can build it. You want to save the template settings. If you see here, it creates a send status, which is really great, so that if a student or a parent says, we never got the email, it'll tell you exactly when it was sent and who it was sent to. As we look to build, so I've already done this. I'll delete this a little bit so that we can see the process, but the 2, if you look on the right hand side here, you don't have to do any kind of scripting or coding. The student email was the column that I had. If I click that, the student's email will go in this. If I want the parent's email, carbon copy or blind carbon copy, I click one email, comma, the second email, and they'll get sent. Reply to, I always use no reply so that it is a no reply. And then the subject line can be anything, Monday during advisory, or Genius Hour, or lunch, or whatever you guys have. So then the next thing is we would type our body of our email. So the first thing I typically like to do is start with their name. So first name and then their last name. I delete everything that's not inside the double side carets or whatever those are, because that'll appear in the email. And then please attend. And then at this point, I normally do whatever you selected as Monday. So please attend. So if you said detention or tutoring, that'll appear. During advisory, the information you will need is, and then I do that who, where, and what on Monday. Again, I delete everything that's outside of the carets. And then thank you, whatever you want to put. And you can make this email as specific as you want. We'll save and preview this, and I'll show you what it looks like. So the email will say this: Joe student, please attend tutorials during advisory. The information you'll need is go, and I need to put a colon there, go to Mr. Keogh's class for math makeup. Thank you, staff. So this now would be emailed to the student, and on our campus we have one-to-one devices, so the students will have a device, and it'll be emailed to the parent. So the parent will get a reminder that the kid has to go for tutorials, whatever it is. We'll turn around and do the same thing for Wednesday. I can edit it right here, and I already have it generated. Parent email 1, parent email 2, no reply, advisory Wednesday, first and last name, please attend whatever we have Wednesday during advisory. You will need to see, and I have my colon there, thank you school staff. So again, when I look at this, if I see Jane Scholar, please attend study hall during advisory on Wednesday, you'll need to see Mrs. Smith's class. And any note you have. On ours, we say, our campus, we say the room number that you're going, what you're going to be doing, and who assigned it. So it might say Mr. Keogh, room C102, working on biology unit 2 review. Okay, at that point, we'll just save and send. It'll give you a preview of what the emails will look like. It's good to catch any kind of typos or anything here, but this is essentially what the email will look like. The email it goes to, the no reply, the student's name, what they're attending, and that's it. So we go ahead and send now. It shouldn't take but just a second. You'll also see on the send status that they will pop up automatically that it's sent. We sent 5 emails out of 5. Here's who it went to. You'll probably hear a bing in my email any second as I have gotten all those assignments. And that's it. At that point, we allow the students to use those as a pass to get from lunch to where they're going. We have a little bit more information on there, and we have lots of different assignments for the kids, whether it's accelerated instruction, intervention time, tutoring, student council, all those different things can be assigned. So the students can also use it as a pass, but it also keeps the parents up to date. As this goes, students can only be selected for one thing at a time so that they can't be double booked, which is wonderful for our kids. Once a student's selected, certain classes have priority, but once they've been selected, that's it. And the system has been working really great for us. The teachers love it because all they have to do, find the student, select what they want, type in whatever the student's going to be doing, and at that point, every so often, it'll automatically pull now, and old Lauren Learner here will get another email. Hope this works great for your campus as much as it has for ours. Thanks.